And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning into a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this evening. We have a magnificent guest with us tonight, one who is going to give us some amazing information as well as inspiration, and that is none other than the world-renowned boxer himself, Brother Hot Handz Muhammad, who has put fear in his opponents in and out of the ring, but who is also a family man, a believer, an activist, and so much more. We have the honor of getting to know him tonight. First of all, assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. That's on behalf of myself, my family, and the viewing audience of the People's Podcast to come have a conversation with us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a blessing. I appreciate sharing time and space with you, brother.
Oh, praise due to Allah. Well, the first question that we have for you is, when did you first hear the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad?
Oh, man. So, okay, my uncle planted the seed literally in the year 2000.
Okay,
right?
okay.
Now, we in 2025. Oh, my God, 25 years ago. Time flies so fast. God. So, all right, so I had an uncle that's in the ranks, right? He's not active right now. But I have a father who's in the ranks. My father is active. He actually joined the Nation of Islam when he was in the penitentiary. So
Okay.
I was raised without my father. He went to jail in 1990 when I was 3 years old. So around this time, the year 2000, I'm 13. So we get in contact with his family, right? I meet my grandmother, my father's mother, for the first time. And, she sees me, she's grabbing my face. My grandmother, she's old school. She had 14 kids. My father was number 14. Now, my father has 4 children, and out of his 4 kids, I look the most like him. So she was like, I got my baby bag, my baby boy, this little old woman holding my face. Okay, I'm going to send your uncle to pick you up next Saturday. So, all right, cool. 13 years old now. Remember this, I'm 13. So the mindset, okay?
Yes, sir.
So he picks me up. He comes to the neighborhood, picks me up. And at this time, I'm in a rap. I'm writing raps, doing little talent shows and stuff, right? And then I'm trying to hang out with the neighborhood guys. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to be down, with the Crip stuff.
Okay.
So he picked me up. I'm high as a kite. At this time, I was smoking weed and stuff. So it's my introduction to my uncle. He said he met me before, but I don't remember because I was young. But this is where, my memory kicked in. So he picks me up. I get in the car with him. Okay. He has a suit on. I'm not tripping. He has a Jaguar that year, 2000 Jaguar. He has a cassette tape player. I'm like, damn, why he ain't got a CD player? It's 2000, like the year 2000. My nigga, he don't got no CD player, right? In the back seat, there's a stack of newspapers, which I know now are final calls. He has a stack of newspapers. The hell this man got it, and I'm high as a kite. So I'm sitting in the car, leaning on the door, looking out the window like this. He pops in the tape. He's like, man, I want you to listen to this. I hear a bunch of clapping. All praises due to Allah. I'm looking at him like, okay. I'm looking out the window and I hear all praise due to Allah. So we bringing out our beloved minister, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, right? So he paused the tape. You know who this is? Shake my head, because I don't even really know him like that. I'm like, nah. He's like, this is our leader, Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You ever heard of Farrakhan? I'm like, nah, what's that? He said, what you mean, what's that? That's Louis Farrakhan, Nation of Islam. Like, is that like a superhero? Like the first time I ever heard the name Farrakhan, it sounded like a Marvel, like a superhero.
Yes, sir.
And I wasn't trying to be funny. I was serious. Like, the only knowledge I had of the Nation of Islam up until that point was the movie Malcolm X, like most black people in the hood. I'm like, nah, man. So he's talking, he plays the tape. I'm 13. Like, man, I really don't want to hear this shit. So he plays the tape. They talking again. I'm leaning my head on the window. I don't know why. Something in me was like, oh, okay. I know what the Nation of Islam is. Y'all killed Malcolm X. Pause the tape. Said, man, I'll get off the freeway and beat your ass. My uncle said this to me. Hey, wait, hold up. You gonna fight me because the Nation of Islam killed Malcolm X? He was like, no, I'm a member of the Nation of Islam. So your friends killed him, right? So I'm thinking on some street stuff. And I'm like, I'm not knowing what he's talking about. He's upset. And what he was saying to me, looking at it in hindsight, he was giving me game, right? but it was the way he was delivering it to me. You know, like he was real. Yeah, I'm 13. He came off uptight and hella militant. I'm like, nah, that's this is. I don't want to be a part of this shit. And then at the same time, I'm like, I'm 13, bro. Like, well, what do you want to do with your life? I want to write rap music and gangbang. Oh, that ain't where it's at. And this, and that. I'm like, oh, man, this nigga preachy too. I'm just like, man, please hurry up and give me to my grandma house.
Yes, sir.
So that was the very first time I heard the teachings. Minister Louis Farrakhan was in the car with my uncle when I was 13, and when I was 15 years old, I was in the studio and I met a brother from Compton, who's as of today, he's now my youngest son's godfather. He was like a mentor to me. He was a Muslim, right? I mean, he wasn't a member of the nation, but he was a Muslim. It was like it wasn't nothing he ever said to me. It was just how he carried himself. You know, he was like he was young, cool. Like he was in his 20s. I remember he was in his early 20s, and he rapped too.
Okay.
Bow-legged dude. They used to play football, and he used to wear braids and a ponytail. But he was very respectful. But he had like this edginess about him. Like I didn't see him as corny. You know,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you feel me? Because sometimes coming from the hood, you relate that religious stuff to like some that's that corny preachy shit. Like we ain't trying to hear that, especially if you off the porch. Like man, come on, man, I ain't trying to hear all that. He was cool, and it was like how he carried himself. So I remember being in the studio and he tried to scold me for having weed on me, talking to me like a big brother. And hi.
Aw.
And and another time I caught the brother praying, but he was praying in Arabic. So I remember
Mm,
that stood out to me, and I remember talking to him one day and asking him like, what was he doing? And he told me he was praying. He told me he was Muslim. So I was like, yo, so do you carry the newspapers and stuff too? He said, nah, man. He said that's them Nation of Islam dudes. And I was like, I didn't know the difference. I was like, I was Muslim. He was like he got you got to get out of here, mama. Man, I apologize,
it's
man.
all good. No, that's beautiful, man. See you as a dad.
No, mama. Yeah, so I asked him if he carried the newspapers. He said, "No, that's the Nation of Islam brothers." And I
Okay.
said, "Yeah, I was like, you said you Muslim. They Muslim. What's the difference?" So he broke it down to me. And matter of fact, his father used to be in the ranks.
Of course.
Before like Crippin' and Blooding was like a thing. They always had black gangs, right? But there were small black gangs throughout the city. What made the Crips unique was like it was a bunch of small gangs up under one banner.
Okay.
And his father was an original Slauson boy. And from my understanding, his father was a Muslim. I think he fell up under the teachings of Honorable Elijah Muhammad back in the days.
Okay.
I don't think he's active, but he's well versed in the nation's teachings. He's just like he's Muslim. He's like I don't identify as Orthodox, Sunni, none of that stuff. He's just Muslim. You Muslim, I'm Muslim. I rock with you because you Muslim type
Okay.
deal. And he said that back then. So you fast forward now, my father gets out of jail in 2008, 21 years old, and he's in the nation. And at first I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of weird having him pop up on me
Mm.
because I never had that, and it's like I'm like shit, you can't hold my hand and take me to the ice cream truck, like yeah, I thought it was weird, and he was like really militant also, and he brought me to the mosque a couple times, and I really wasn't feeling it. Now I was in the boxing gym, and I remember as an amateur I was on a winning streak around the time my father got out of jail,
Okay.
and somebody came up to me and said, "You brother Allen's son, brother Allen, brother Allen X." I was like, "Nah, I don't know no niggas named Allen, right?" Because my family called my father by his middle name, which is Ronnie. So I
Mm.
turned around and walked away. And in my head, I'm thinking like, "Damn, that was an asshole move." And I'm like, "Do I know somebody named Allen?" I'm like, "Damn." I turned around. I was like, "Yo, is he like brown skin? He wear glasses?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "He a Muslim?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, that's my dad." How you know him? He said, "Because I'm a member of the Nation of Islam too." He's a young dude. Like, you a Muslim? He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Your dad gave me a DVD." Now at this time, YouTube wasn't around yet.
Mm.
So we were still burning DVDs.
Okay,
So,
okay,
so he said, yeah, your father gave me a DVD of your last amateur fight, 45-second knockout. Now
okay,
that's where the nickname Hot Handz was born, 2008,
okay.
in the amateurs. So I'm like, okay, cool, that's what's up. So me and this dude that I'm talking about, brother that's in the nation, we ended up getting close. You know, he was only a couple years older than me, so he didn't come off cheesy. Close that door for me, okay? Daddy doing something. Okay, we'll turn the TV on in the living room. Nobody goes downstairs. You understand? Wait, Kay. Close the door a little bit for me. Leave it like that. Yeah. So me and the brother that was in the nation, he was a few years older than me. So me and him, we started hanging out. We would go running together, talk on the phone. He'd come to my house and hang out with me. I go to his house. We got really close. So one day, we was doing cardio uh, at this trail up at Griffith Park, right in Hollywood. So he was like, "Yo, I got to go pick up these newspapers. Push with me, right?" So this is the first time I went to the mosque with him. I'm like, "All right, cool." I didn't know we was going to the mosque though. So when we pull up outside, and I see suits and bow ties. This is in 2008. I was like, "Oh man, you brought me up here." I was like, "Man, my dad be coming up to this place, man." He's like, "You ain't trying to go here?" Nah, I ain't trying to be on that shit. And I was like, "Nah, bro, I'm just sitting in the car." Said, "Nah, you can't sit in the car. Come in with me. It's gonna be real quick. It's gonna be 5 minutes." It wasn't 5 minutes. He brought me there for our regional minister, Minister Abdul Malik, Minister Tony, for the whole lecture, right? And one of the brothers that run Oasis, brother Fahim, Fahim Muhammad,
Yes, sir.
yeah, he was on post that day, and he was just standing there like this and wasn't blinking. I was like, damn, that stood out to me. You know, sometimes I still bring that up to him, like, I was like, I thought y'all was murderers. I was like, why you standing there? You not blinking, bro? I was like, I don't even think you was breathing. You just standing there like this. I was like, he didn't blink or nothing. I was like, I know it was flies in there. You didn't blink, bro. I was like, wow, that's crazy. So yeah, I could say really that was really like my first time because the two times my father brought me, I was checked out. I wasn't listening. You know how you bring first time guests up in there and they be in there check, bro. I wasn't listening. I wasn't listening. And that was my introduction in '08. So after that, me, him, brother Fahim, we would work out every Sunday because he was like, "Oh, yo, he boxed." You know, he was asking me about different calisthenic workouts because he lift weights, but he trying to incorporate calisthenics into his
Yes, sir.
program. So, you know, I still got all the pics, man. We would go work out at USC. We used to use the track and field. Like we was up there so much
Okay.
they thought we went to the school, but we didn't. We just walk on campus, you know, and go use their stuff. So it was 2008, and I didn't join and become an official member until 2016. So in 2015, that majority of that year, I was going through processing.
Mm.
I even drove a lot of the believers to 10-10-15 Justice or else.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. And I had the pleasure of dropping off some of the ministers' grandkids, you know, after he spoke in DC in 2015, Justice or
Yes,
else.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, I don't know how I got put on that detail because we came out there from the West Coast, right? And I was still on the fence, even though I was going to processing class. And I'm telling you, this is why the minister, our minister at Mos 27, this is why he knows me so well, bro. Look, so I'm like, all right, at first, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, I always had respect for the nation, right? But coming from a Christian household, like, you know, your grandmother being Christian and all her friends and them having that negative the negative stereotype based on media outlets about the nation and how they
Yes, sir.
soundbite the minister. And man, I caught so much flack in the beginning. So my whole thing was like, you know, before I join, I want to know what I'm joining. Like I used to go home after processing class some nights, and I would write down questions to ask the minister next week.
Yeah,
Minister
yeah,
Abdul
yeah.
Malik, like for real. That and I'm telling you, bro, me and the minister is like this. Like we don't talk every day, but when I be on the phone with him, we be on the phone for at least an hour, 2 hours. I'll be on the
Yeah.
phone with him for a long time when we do speak. And I remember before we did Justice or Else, you know, I was assigned to drive one of the sprinter vans with like, you know, some of the believers and some of the lost found people, right? So I remember I came in, I was looking for somebody, but before I turned and I could walk out the mosque real good, somebody's arm wrapped around me. Felt like Jesus stuck his arm out and grabbed me, right? It was the minister, bro. Said, hey, brother Hot Handz, what's going on, brother? And I was dumbfounded, like, you know me? He was like, well, hell yeah, you ask questions every week.
Mm.
He asked questions every week. I was like, I ain't gonna lie, minister, I was trying to trip you up. He was like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't know, man, because I felt like you think you know everything, and I wanted to see if you knew this. And I said, not only did you answer every question that I have for you, but I mean, he answered it so well, man. And
Praise be to Allah.
I was like, damn, you be studying, bro. I was like, man. But that's how he knows me. And the minister don't even call me by my first name. Call me brother Hot Handz. Yeah. Oh,
Beautiful.
yeah, man. So
Okay, well,
yeah,
brother Hot Handz. I just want to let you know people sending love. Alaikum salam, brother Kente. Minister superhero. Thank you. What peace, Mammy Mimi. Peace, Naima. Brother Blaxican the Traveler. Thank you for watching live. Praise be to Allah. Salutes. Brother Kente said, how long does it take for a person to learn the fundamentals of boxing if they've never done it before? Thank you.
you said how long does it take for a person to learn the fundamentals?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's a learning curve with anything else is a craft, right? So you can't put a particular time frame on somebody else's progress. I would say if you're giving it 100% and you're going hard for a year and you're not cutting any corners, and you're really staying dedicated to your craft, you should know something within the first 10 months to a year. Some people pick it up quicker, but everybody brain processes things differently. So it's not really a one size fit all. You know what I mean?
Beautiful. Okay. All right. Well, we also want to ask you, you spoke about your father
Yeah.
being in prison while you were younger.
Yeah.
Did you all ever atone, and are you all close now? How did that work out?
We good now. I think right now is the best our relationship has ever been.
Beautiful.
Because it's a lot of family politics that play into that. Because you gotta remember, my father, he's a married man now, but his longtime girlfriend that he married when he came home was a woman he was with before he met my mother. So it was like he was with this woman, he had a baby with her, right? And he was a big time drug dealer back in the days. So the neighborhood he grew up in is neighboring to mine. It's like he grew up in the 30s. I grew up in the 40s. That's where my mom lived at. Neighboring neighborhoods, we shared a high school with them over there where my father grew up at and where I grew up at. So he had a daughter first with this woman. They broke up apparently. He met my mother and he had me, right? So okay, he had me, and then when they had me, apparently before I was born, they broke up. So he went back to her. So while he was with the first woman he had his first child with, my older sister, he got her pregnant again, but he had another woman pregnant because I have two siblings that are about 5 months apart. It's crazy. So it's like they're the same age, but they're 5 months apart. So when he came home, he got back with her and, little family politics stuff, and you over there with them and how it is,
Yes, sir. Trust me, I understand. Trust me, I
Yeah.
understand. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's where I was at with it. Like, I didn't want him to take me to the ice cream truck or buy me no bike or nothing like that. It's like, God damn, you my father. And matter of fact, when he got out, he fought for the relationship because I was standoffish when he came home. I was cool, but I wasn't trying to hang out with him like that. And then when I had a son, then I was kind of like damn, I couldn't imagine missing all this time with my kid. So then I became more open with my father. But it was you know what? Eh, as politics, his wife isn't my mother. And it's a whole lot in that right there. But as time went on, we grew closer together. You know, yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
I just leave it at that. I don't want to get upset talking about that. We good.
Yes, sir. No, trust me, I understand. Trust me, I understand. Well, okay. Well, speaking of that, right? So I wrote a book on Amazon called "No Father, No Excuse,"
Right.
and it deals with different fathers, fathers who are in prison. My father was a workaholic. He gone traveling all the time and just missing that kind of stuff and how that affects the children and you becoming a father. So
Right.
because your dad wasn't there, how did it? I see you with your children now, and all, how did
Yeah.
it make you want to be, as a father?
Man, made me want to be the father that I always wanted.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And now, because I'm a father of multiple at the time when I was saying when I had my son, my first son, because the age gap from my first son and then because I had all my children with my wife, right?
okay,
All
okay.
the other because me and my wife had 5 kids, but I already had one kid when I met her. So
Mm,
the age gap from my oldest son's mother and me meeting my wife is like a 7 year gap. So it's like, I wanted to be careful too, because I don't want to be like my father having a bunch of babies around the
mm,
city, number one. Number two, when he went to jail for selling dope, I remember I was selling weed when having medical marijuana was the new thing. Like, everybody didn't have a medical weed card in 2006, 2005. So
okay,
it was like you had that was the most potent weed. And
okay.
I was running it up at the time, but I ended up coming across a connect, with for the dope because I ended up helping somebody, a Hispanic dude, and his family was connected with the Mexican mafia. And they was gonna look out, on behalf of their cousin. Cause I didn't know what was going on. I just seen this little scrawny kid getting his ass whooped, and I jumped in and helped. Apparently, he told his uncles about it, and he was gonna look out for me and bless me in that way. And I was like, nah, man, my father is still in jail. At this time, my dad wasn't home yet. This was like maybe less than a year before my father actually came home. And
Mm,
I was like, nah, I don't deal with that shit. Like I'm cool, And he already let it be known he was doing it as a favor to his nephew because they don't really like blacks anyway. I'm talking about like very straightforward, like somebody with the demeanor that's like they'll kill you without even thinking about it. So I'm glad I wasn't into it. But for me, I always connected that to me not having a father. So,
mm.
he blessed me in other ways, like gave me Jordans. He assumed I like Jordans because I was black and shit. I was
Mm.
yeah, like, all right, cool.
Got you some chicken, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You feel me? I was like, and I ain't even a person that like Jordans, bro. I like Adidas and Converse.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
So
The
no,
fact
no,
the
that
fact that you say Converse lets me know how LA you are because I've never seen nobody wear Converse unless I was except when I was in LA. So I'm like, okay.
you know what I'm saying? Adidas, Converse, even like certain Nike like Nike Cortez and stuff like that. But I ain't really a Jordan pair. I got a couple pair, but I ain't. Man, they be sitting up in there for a long time. You see them be like, "Damn, you just got those?" Like, nah, bro, these been wrong for like 4, 5 years.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I'm
sir.
not into Jordans like that. But no, that's how it affected me, man. It made me want to be the father I wanted to my children, and always move with a sense of like I got little people looking for me. You feel me? So I try my best not to be reckless. I think a whole lot more now. I could say back in that time, man, I was more reactionary.
I understand. Trust me.
Reacted off emotion a lot. What the leaders say, you got to think 5 times.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, I hate that that's ingrained in me sometimes. He be like, I think about it like, damn, like, nah, I can't be away from my babies.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And like,
sir.
you lucky. You do this shit again, it's gonna be a problem.
Okay, I want to say right there. So, are you saying that you were like Franklin Saint from Snowfall? Like, really, is LA is really like that? Mexican mafia, black. You
Oh
know what I'm saying?
nah. So my situation, it was a rare. It, well, I would say it was like a rare situation, bro. Because
Okay.
this was before my twin birthday. I was 20, and I got off the bus. This was like at the Exposition Park. That's not too far from USC. It's just like I got off the bus. I was coming from the gym, but I wanted to go to the A&PM to get something to drink because I was thirsty, and I had my bag, my gym bag on me, right? And I think in the same week, I got 2 cars taken from me because I was driving with no license. I go to the car auction, buy a car. They let you get it with your regular ID. It didn't matter if you had a driver's license or not. So I was buying cars, but I had no license. So I kept getting them taken. And I don't know. I was already in a fucked up mood anyway. So I went to get something to drink. So I crossed the street, and you see these dudes fighting. or whatever, right? And I'm thinking because they're Hispanic, and it's like it was 3-on-1, but it looked like they was fighting head up at first. The little dude was getting with him, and then the other guy jumped in. So as I'm walking, I'm looking. I'm like, damn, that look messed up, you know. So I started walking in that direction. I was on the sidewalk where it was happening at. So I was looking so hard. One of the dudes was like, "The fuck is you looking at?" Like he said to me, "The fuck is you looking at?" Like that's all I needed. I'm like, well, hell, I didn't got out today anyway, and I've been running, and I'm walking. Mind you, I'm not in my car. And at that point, I ain't been used to walking, so I already felt embarrassed. You feel me? And I dropped the bag like nothing. Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Like, what's up? So he ran up. So the other two was fighting with him. So the guy that told me what the fuck was I looking at, I started fighting with him, and I put him down. Right. So I was getting with him, but as I was getting the best of him, I seen the other guy running up. So he couldn't blindside me like they did the other dude. So I started whooping on his ass too. So I'm fighting the second dude. The little dude is already fighting, but a car pulls up. So when they hop up, his peoples, when they hopped up tripping. And when he came and they was about to get on me too, they was about to trip on me, and he was like, nah, 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 nah. He don't got nothing to do with it. You know this fool? Like, nah, I don't know him. But you know how they talk, he fucked those fools up though. Like he fucked that one fool up, dog. I don't know him. He like, what's up, fool? Who are you? I was like, man, I was just crossing the street. Like, dude started talking shit to me. So he's like, so you helped my nephew? I'm like, well, I guess I did. Like, it was like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
like it wasn't planned, bro. And I didn't know his peoples was connected like that. He invited me to a party in the valley, and it was supposed to be a party, but he took me in some other room with these scary looking dudes up in there, and I was like, oh, this is something else. And like, even if I was into that, bro, hell no, I didn't. I wouldn't like. Nah, the whole vibe and everything about it, what they was doing on that level, like, nah, bro. I was like already connected dope to like not having my father, but let's just say like I didn't care and I was gonna do it anyway. You're gonna do something like that with them type of guys, you got to be really proficient on your stuff. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm like, nah, man, nah.
Okay, but I want to stay right there. And thank you to everybody who's watching and showing love all around the world. I wanted to ask you, you said that the Mexicans, the black, Mexican thing, that's the thing. I'm from Chicago.
Uh,
Latin Kings, Black Stones, Black Stones, all that. It's always gonna be a thing, you know what I'm saying?
right,
But
right,
in LA, y'all got it, what I'm saying, on a whole nother level.
yeah.
Uh how do you survive with that tension, you know what I'm saying, with the
Oh
black
no,
and
so
Mexican?
so so nah, so we grew up with the Mexicans.
Okay,
You know, I identified. I mean, we come from the same struggle.
okay,
The
okay,
minister say the same dog that bit us bit them too.
okay, okay,
You know what I'm saying? So, and I got a lot of half breeds in my family. Like I got a cousin named Michael, right? And his first wife was Mexican, right? So I have two cousins, Jose and Zena, last name Lewis, both of them, right?
mm,
Now, Jose, he has his father's face, right? He looks just like his father with his mom color. He looks like my cousin if he was Mexican. Now, Michael's dark skin, he's a little bit darker than you. His
okay,
son looks like a Mexican. His name is Jose Lewis, but he looks more Jose than Lewis. Right? Like a complete Mexican. Now, you got Zena. Zena, she looks black, bro. Like you see my cousin Zena, she's beautiful. She got all the little Hispanic features, but she got more African features than Latin features. She looks
okay,
black. Same mama, same daddy. Jose looks like if my cousin Michael was a Mexican.
okay, okay.
I have half breeds in my family, and they're Mexican, literally Mexican and black. And my cousin Michael and his wife, his first wife, is deaf, but
Mm,
the kids ain't. So they know sign language, they know Spanish, and they know English. Right. Right, translate for their parents and all that, but they can't hear. So, growing up, if they disagree with something they said, mom be sitting right here, she can't hear them, but
mm,
she'll be talking shit, like, and her fat ass get on my nerves. I can't believe she got me out here. I'm talking to these people with sign language, and she just sitting right there smiling like this. Like, I don't even got to talk about her in Spanish because they both can't hear.
Okay, okay.
No, man, I went to high school with Mexicans, man. Like, I got a lot of close friends that are Mexicans, but not just Mexican. I mean, I was predominantly Mexican, but you got Mexicans, Salvadorians. I went to school with Guatemalans.
Okay.
You know, and it's rare you might have a Puerto Rican or somebody pop through. Like, you know, the West Coast is like all Mexicans, Salvadorians, Guatemalans.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? And we share a neighborhood with them. Like, you know, the neighborhood I grew up in was a Crip neighborhood. But then we share a hood with the Southsiders, which is the 43rd Street street villains.
Okay. Okay.
And we get along real good, bro. Real
Okay.
good.
Well, that's about okay.
Yeah, real good. Always had a good rapport with Hispanics. I feel more comfortable being around them than Caucasian people.
Mm. Okay, we're gonna on that note, we're gonna stay right there. Brother Demeric says, Allah walk by. Thank you to everybody who showed up. People say that's right, powerful. We got a brief 60-second commercial break for all of the sponsors of the People's Podcast. We are grateful for every like, share, and subscription. I want to thank you all for every super chat, every anonymous cash app, and we want to hear about this brother's in the ring fights as well because y'all gotta catch up. We have to catch up to Brother Hot Handz Muhammad and how we can see his upcoming fights and his past fights as well. Here we go. 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Are live with the People's Podcast. Street Premier Media Production. He has a 4K camera and a drone. He does television and film editing. Please reach out if you need any of that. Sister Naima, Stay On Point Dance Academy. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country. Sister Miriam, ABC I Love Me children's book and coloring book. My father's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ. My two books, Cleopatra, which is a children's book, and No Father, No Excuse, both of which are available on Amazon. Sir.
Almost done, okay?
Okay, thank you to everybody who's watching. We got some amazing interviews coming up as well. Some more. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this whole week. All right, yes, sir. I wanted to ask you, Brother Hot Handz.
Yes, sir.
Let's get straight into it. When did you know that you wanted to fight?
When I was a little kid.
Mm.
I was a little kid that added to the anger with my father, man. Because I didn't have my father. You know, I felt like if my father was around and I was talking boxing back then, he would have took me to boxing gym. Especially if I was gonna get kicked out of school a lot. You know? So yes, I was a little kid, man. It's like, all right, so the first time I can honestly say I came into like consciousness before I knew what consciousness was, like
yes, sir.
Having pride of being black was when I first seen Roots on my 7th birthday. I'd never forget this. I tell my wife this all the time. I remember turning 7 at my grandmother's house, right? And her and my grandfather, they got up early in the morning and went to the grocery store. So they left me in the house by myself. They went to the grocery store, and this is before like DirecTV and all these different cables, right? We had the box. It was a black box.
Okay.
And at BT, and they were showing Roots all weekend. My birthday fell on a Saturday. I came to their house that Friday evening. So I got up. They got up. They went to the grocery store. I turned on the TV because I wanted to watch BT. They were showing Roots. I'm sitting there, and I'm like really tripping off these African tribes, right? This is before they got to the colonization and the slavery part.
Yes, sir.
So I got to watch Kunta be a soldier, and then how they trick black folks out of position and brought them over there. So I remember watching it and just being baffled because they went to the grocery store. I know they did because they came back with bags, but they came back much later, bro. I was in there for a long time watching Roots, and Roots is long.
Very long.
So I asked my grandma, was that true? Like, did that really happen? Like, what did they make black people be slaves? Right? She said, yeah. She said, yeah. I'm like, what? So I asked my grandpa the same thing. So I let it go. So then when I get home, I asked my mother the same thing. And she confirmed what my grandmother said. Like, yeah. I'm like, so nobody's mad about it, right? And at the time, I didn't know Hispanics wasn't rednecks. I just knew that their skin was, lighter than ours. So I thought they were white people. So I went back to school saying, F y'all white people and this, and that. I'm talking to Mexicans. They're not white, but I was a kid. I didn't know the difference.
Yes, sir.
And I was tripping out. Like, I can't believe this shit happened. and y'all not mad about it, right? Because my mom, my grandmother, and them, they wasn't on that whole revolutionary stuff, the whole conscious stuff.
Yes, sir.
My grandmother was into the whole Christian thing, and my mama was just a straight gangster, bro. And it's just like, it's kind of like whatever. And then I remember my favorite boxer was Mike Tyson,
Of
Michael
course.
Gerard Tyson, right? My favorite basketball player was Michael Jordan. This is in the 90s.
Okay.
I was born in 87, but I was raised up in the 90s.
Okay.
Michael Gerard Tyson, Michael Jordan. My favorite singer was Michael Jackson. I said,
Okay.
I was like, come on, man. You can't, hey, bro, you can't tell me being black wasn't it because everybody I liked in their respective crafts was dominating and they were black, right? Except for my favorite wrestler, he was Stone Cold. He was a straight up redneck.
Hey, okay, okay.
He's a straight
Shout
up
out to the
redneck.
16. All right.
Yes. But outside of him, all my heroes was black, bro. So I
Yes,
always
sir.
always felt superior. That's why when they talk about like white supremacy and how they feel superior to blacks, I never looked at them that way. I always looked at them like I'm black though. Like, but before I came into the teachers of Honorable Elijah Muhammad, like when I came into the nation, it made what I felt inside crystal clear. It's like, okay, you made it clear because I've always felt like this. Wow, that's crazy. I felt like that with every race. Like, man, I'm black. Like, who the fuck you talking to? And I was in the streets. Like, bro, I went to 6 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 5 high schools
Mm.
because I was fighting a lot. And black people, don't let it be another race. Like, I'm black. Like, bro, you you don't talk to no black person like that. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? You know what I do to you? Because we dominated everything. Like, you can't tell me we ain't it, bro.
Yes, sir.
Like, come on, man. So yeah, bro, I felt like that since I was a little kid. So it's all connected in that way. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And I think that's why I stopped playing basketball because I was fighting a lot. It got
Trust me, I understand. I understand. Most of my fights came from sports. Most of my fights came from sports.
Yeah, and it got to a point where it wasn't satisfying to me no more. Like, although I love the crap of basketball, and I think I got to be like maybe 13, about 13, 12, 13, and I was like, man, this shit is soft, man. I was like, it's soft. Yeah, I can't get physical or none of that. Like, I really want to box. But my mom, because I was getting kicked out of school a lot, by the age of 13, she was like, she felt like if I learned the art of boxing, that I would be in jail for attempted murder or murder, right? Now, looking back at it in hindsight, after I actually did start boxing when I was 19, it's a learning curve you got to go through. You can't come in the boxing gym on no tough man shit, because you will get humbled fast.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I told
sir.
I told her later because my mother passed in 2018. May Allah be pleased. Minister Abdul Malik, he did the service. He did my mother's eulogy. Yes, sir. And while she was living, I told her like, the best thing you could have did at that time was put me into boxing. It probably humbled me
Mm.
because you're not about to walk in there and think you about to whoop on everybody. They'll find somebody that look like Steve Jobs that'll let you know real quick you don't know nothing, bro. Like boxing ain't a tough man sport. You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? It's a thinking man sport. And you got to be conditioned and you can't lead with your emotions. There you huffing and puffing. No, sir. No, sir. You got to be relaxed. You will get hurt. I said that was absolutely what I needed. You should have took me to the gym. Yeah, I'd have got my ass tapped at like 12, 13 years old. I would have stuck with it, but it would have calmed me down a whole lot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You feel me?
Okay, well, let's stay right there. First of all, salute and shout out to your parents, but let's talk about your mother. May we have her name, sir?
Her name was Michelle.
Yes, sir. And may we have your favorite memory of our sister Michelle?
Oh man, I got a whole lot. I can't even say one. I remember one that stood out to me. I remember I was like, I grew up watching her fight a lot.
Okay.
So I remember, man, this is crazy. I remember being in the living room and she was on the phone. You remember back in the days they had landlines and beepers, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
she was on her phone. She had this clear red phone. She was on her landline. with this long cord. Like she could take the phone everywhere in the house. I remember she was in the window and said, "Oh, oh, bitch, she outside." And then she hung up the phone. She ran in the room and was putting Vaseline on. I'm like, yeah, what is she? Why is Mama putting on Vaseline?
Yeah, yeah.
She runs outside barefoot, right, and start fighting with a female that I thought was her friend. Mind you, I think I'm like maybe I'm not even 60. I got to be like 5, right? And they was fighting hard, bro. They was fighting for a long time. They fought in the building. They fought in the front. They fought on the side of the building. Took a break, cussed a little bit, fought some more. And when I got older, I asked her about that. Like, why were you and Barbara fighting? Like, because Barbara like a friend of the family. I didn't know, but she was messing with my brother's father, and my mom found out. She was like, yeah, she was hanging with me the whole time, and they had been messing around for months. I was like, what? That's why y'all was fighting so hard? I mean, that's the first time I ever seen a woman put some Vaseline on.
Yes, sir.
I was like, I thought that was crazy. Like, Mama, what the hell are you putting Vaseline on for to go run outside? Yeah, man. Oh, another one was she popped up at my high school because she said that the school has been calling and saying that I've been absent. I haven't been coming to school, which I was coming to school, but I was ditching in school. Sometimes I would ditch school, but I didn't know that when you don't go to homeroom, they mark you as absent for the whole day. So I
Yeah,
start
yeah,
so
yeah.
so so after that day, I started going to homeroom. So I could say I was at school, so I go to homeroom, and then I just leave. But I remember running from security, and I'm talking crazy, like, oh, shut your old ass up. I'm running. And I look to my left, and she's standing at the main building at the top of the stairs with her
Mm.
arms folded like this. And she says, "Come here, Johnny." And I looked at her like, and at first I started to come until one of my partners ran out the building with another security guard chasing them. And then it clicked to me. I was like, oh, hell no, I'm popular. If she whooped my ass in front of my friends, they not going to let me live it down. So I ran, bro. I took off running. I was like, nah, she going to have to whoop me at home, bro. They whoop me up, I ain't going to be able to live it down. I was like, nah. I remember being on punishment for that. She got me though. She got me at home. I'm for sure. I got it. Just not in public though.
Listen,
You ain't
that's
about to whoop
smart
me in
move.
front of my
Smart move.
friends.
Smart move.
Yeah, you
Okay.
feel me? That right there. I told my wife about that. I said, man, I feel like my whole spirit left my body and came back. I was like, man, I could have peed on myself right there. She was standing there with her
Yeah,
arms
yeah.
folded like this. She was like just staring at me, bro. He was like, come here, Johnny.
Okay, but I want to ask you, speaking of your wife,
Mm-hmm.
how important has she been to your success in the ring, but as outside the ring as well?
Oh man, she's been very supportive. So I met her right before I made my professional debut, right? And I remember starting the training camp to get ready for my professional debut. And the issue I was having at the time was my diet. I had to switch my diet up because I was eating trash. And then at that time, mind you, I was towards the end of processing. So she actually helped me practice so I could recite, get my X. Yes, sir. So I remember reading How to Eat to Live, book 1 and book 2. I actually got those 2 books before I got Message to the Black Man.
Okay,
And
okay.
I was tripping. I was so fascinated with it because I had seen a documentary years ago called Meet Your Meat. I don't know if you ever heard of it,
No, sir.
but they basically break down like, where beef comes from. They show the slaughterhouse and how these animals like being abused and how it's connected to like our emotions and like how we think and all the crazy stuff. And I seen this documentary on VHS back in 2003. So when I read the book, How to Eat to Live, a lot of that stuff that I remember from the documentary was in the book. I'm like, yo, when did this book come out? And they told me like in the 30s. So I was like, oh, so he was already talking about this shit before this white man made this documentary. I was like, oh, bad. I was like, oh, this shit is deep, right? So then I was having trouble with my diet because it was like, damn, a lot of that stuff I liked until I read that
That's me. I
book.
understand.
So what she did was when she was my girlfriend, and I'm talking about we was new, she brought me a lot of fruit,
Beautiful.
brought me a lot of fruit, a lot of holistic stuff. And I didn't tell her to do it. She just you know, you be talking to yourself. I'm thinking out loud. And then I leave and come back from the gym and, oh, I bought you this, I bought you that, and I did like, ah, you trying to make me fall in love or something?
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, and salute to your wife and your children, and your family as well. Um, oh, Brother Kente said his mom's named him after the movie Roots. Brother Kente, I never put that together. Every time you comment, I never thought Kunta Kente. I never thought about that. Everybody wants to know, Brother Demeric and Brother Kente. They both want to know, and we want to know, how can we keep up with you, like your fights, and like how do we, how we tap in?
Okay, so my Instagram at I am hot hands underscore. So I am hot hands with a Z underscore. So right now I'm bulking. So I turned pro at 147, which is welterweight, right? As of right now, I'm 202 with no clothes on, 205 with clothes, cruiserweight. So I'm walking around at cruiserweight. That's because I want to fight at cruiserweight, but I don't want to walk to the ring under 200 pounds. So the cruiserweight limit is from 190 pounds to 210. 210 is the limit. Anything after 210 is considered heavyweight. So I'm bulking up. The goal is to get to like 210, 215, and then cut back down to the weight I'm at now. Because if I start cutting now, I'm gonna be in like the 190s, bro. And I don't want to walk to the ring under 200 pounds because the guys that I'm gonna be fighting, they're gonna have to cut weight to come down to fight me. And it's a science behind cutting weight because I fought at a catch weight before at 144 pounds, and Muslim word respond to Allah, I would never cut that much weight ever again in life. You know, they had you come and get on the scale, you be all dehydrated and dizzy. And, you know, if you don't rehydrate the right way come fight night, you know, it takes a lot out of you. People don't know that. You know what I mean? You got to be in there. You feel different, your legs and all that. So my whole thing is like, I'm already known for punching. I can punch. And I done brought my power up. I've been sparring and knocking out bigger guys for a really long time. So that part of it don't scare me. My whole thing is like, they're fat. So if I'm walking to the ring, if you know I bulk up to 210, 215, and I cut back down to like 205, 202, I'm fighting a guy that's naturally 260, 250. He's cutting because the cruiserweight limit is 210. So you gonna fight me at cruiserweight, you cutting, like even if you hit the limit 210, you had to cut like 15, 20 pounds. That's a lot. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm gonna
Yes, sir.
take full advantage of it. Oh, you're gonna get your big ass whooped. Yeah. I touch you, you're gonna feel me too, because I'm gonna naturally be quicker. But the thing is I can punch with both hands. So I'm like, I ain't worried about it. I just brought my power up with me. So now my Instagram is when I'll post the fights. My son, my 8-year-old son, he'll be 9 in March, but he's having his amateur debut in April. And yeah, his nickname is Hot Sauce.
Okay.
He got a full Islamic name, Khalil Nassim Muhammad. He's fighting in April, and he's making his amateur debut. So his fight will be before mine. Mine's will be like I'll be fighting again April, May, probably in June. In June, either June or sooner, but I'm giving myself till June because I'm putting on the weight. I still have a 5 fight obligation I have to fulfill in Mexico.
Okay.
But
Yes,
but I'm
sir.
I'm just I don't want to fight that small no more. I'm like tired of losing the weight and that whole catch weight thing. It messed me up the last time. I'm like, yeah, no sir, I'm not doing that.
Okay. Well, can you hold that thought? Your light went out. Is there a way we can get your light on so people can see people bringing up the light went out? Thank you to everybody who's watching. We just try to continue to bring, you know, great content on behalf of people's podcast. Thank you for the super chats and thank you for the anonymous cash apps as well. Uh, man, boom, boom. We want to ask, especially Brother Kente and everybody who watches Top Fives, Naima, Mimi. We got to ask him, put him on the spot about his top 5 boxers of all time, and because you know, we love fighting on the people's podcast. So yes, sir. May we have your top 5 boxers of all? You know, we don't want to have time for heavy, middleweight. You just put them all together. Just top 5.
Okay, my first one second.
Man, I gotta cut weight out here. I can watch it. Just talking to him make me feel like, hey, come on now. Yeah, all that.
All right, my. Okay, top five. Okay, my first one is Ray Robinson.
Okay, okay.
OG Ray Robinson, man. Hey, people don't know when he turned pro. Before he had one loss, he won 89 straight fights, 65 knockouts. I mean, this is
Okay.
before he lost his first fight, 89-0. And I know people love Mayweather with that whole 50-0 stuff. It's like nah, bro, they was built different back in the day.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we
You know what I'm
assuming so we assuming TBE is not on your the money team's not on your list. Okay. We got for number two.
Number two, Thomas Hearns.
Okay, the Hitman.
The,
Okay.
the hitman. Yeah, Tommy Hearns, man. That cold right hand, man, put you to sleep. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
And then number
Yeah, keep going.
three, so it go Ray Robinson, Thomas Hearns, Mike Tyson.
Okay, you got Mike Tyson number three. Okay.
Come on, man, ghetto legend. See, they talk about Mike Tyson every ghetto, every middle school, high school, hell,
Man, all
behind the
around the
walls.
world.
Yeah, everywhere. I was like, man, Mike Tyson, man, ghetto legend. He's the people's champ, like how Muhammad Ali was. He didn't have the same substance as Muhammad Ali, but he's the people's champ for sure.
Listen, I think he's the most feared. We always talk about top five polarizing athletes. Mike Tyson. Okay, so I live in Atlanta, and we
Mm-hmm.
seen Holyfield. Holyfield beat Mike Tyson twice. Lennox
Mm-hmm.
Lewis. If you see Holyfield walking the airport, people,
Yeah.
oh, what's up, Holyfield? Watch Mike Tyson. The man he beat walked through the airport. Don't play with him. People will go crazy. Like Mike Tyson's orange. Like it don't matter that he lost. It's like it's Mike Tyson. Like it don't nothing.
Yeah.
Like it's something I like. I saw him in person at the Source Awards one time, and
Yeah.
I was like, nigga, Mike Tyson, man. It was like, I
Yeah.
wish I would have took a picture. I wish I would get all that. I was on post again on serious, focus.
That's Mike Tyson.
Yeah, but let me get the opportunity again. I'm off post, and hey, somebody give me this picture real quick, and I need to get this it's Mike Tyson because I thought back then I was gonna see him all the time. That was the
Right.
only time. The aura of him walking through,
Menacing, right?
like it's bro, ain't nobody playing Mike Tyson. All right, who got for number four?
All right, number four is Zab Judah.
Okay, what you know about Sam? Okay.
That's my guy, man. That's my guy. So man, look, I met Zab like the brothers out here at the Apple Valley Moss 97, right?
Okay,
Out here
okay,
on the west. I came back. I was in St. Lucia, right? And I agreed to come speak at a nonprofit that one of the brothers had, right? Because his
okay,
brother,
okay.
he's from Monsoon. He said originally from LA, but he moved to Antelope Valley, and they was having an event. And he asked me to come through. I'm like, okay, cool. I thought I was gonna be the only boxer. So when I showed up, I seen a Zab Judah on the flyer. I was like, yo, word. And this was in 2021, right?
Okay.
So me and Zab been friends for about 4 years, going on 5 years now.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So I'm like, okay, so I'm speaking before Zab Judah, but he wasn't there. I was like, oh, this is crazy. So I spoke or whatever, and brother Omar Muhammad, he introduced us. So we in the back talking because somebody else was speaking because he came late. And me and him was chopping it up, and like we clicked instantly. And he was like, yo, I got more shit to tell you. He said, take my number down. So I took his number, and for like the first 2 months, I didn't call, bro. And I remember just looking at his number I was gonna call. I was like, I ain't gonna call him. My wife was like, why are you making it weird? I was like, this is Zab Judah. She was like, at the time, she didn't know who he was. I was like, that's Zab fucking Judah. She was like,
Yeah,
who's Zab
yeah,
Judah? I was like this. I was like, he's a boxing god. I was like, what the fuck do I
yeah,
say?
yeah.
But she was like, but you met a gang of people before, which is true. Like I've been around Ray Leonard, De La Hoya. I've been around a lot of people, but I don't really, it's whatever, right? It's like because I still haven't met Thomas Hearns in person yet, and
Okay.
he's one of my he's number two. You feel me?
Yeah, okay.
I haven't met the Hitman yet, and I still haven't physically met Mike Tyson. I was on FaceTime with Mike because of Zab, but
Okay.
I haven't met him in person. So I didn't call him for like the first. Like, I had his number for 2 months, bro. Then I finally called, and when I called, he remembered me. He was like, "Yo, I could have swore I gave you my number a long time ago." I was like, yeah, bro, I didn't call. I'm like, shit, what I'm gonna talk to you about? He's like, what you mean? Just hit me up, yo. He
Okay.
started
Okay.
laughing. He started laughing. He was like, yo, FaceTime. So I FaceTime him. He was laughing at me. He was like, hey, you know what's crazy? He said, you remind me of how I felt when I first met Pernell. I was like, you talking
Okay,
about
what you up with that Whitaker? Yeah.
yeah, I was like, you talking about Sweet Pea? He said, hell yeah, bro. He said, man, he said he got called to go spar Pernell when he was an amateur. He said he had just won the nationals. He had won the national Golden Gloves. He had won the national amateur, another national amateur championship. So he was like, hell, number one in the nation at the time as an amateur. So they flew him out to go spar to Virginia to spar Purnell. And he was giving me the whole breakdown. He was like, damn, that reminded me of how I felt. I was like, yeah, bro. I was like, you know, you actually one of my favorite boxers. I was like, I met a lot of famous boxers. It ain't because you a celebrity or nothing like that. I was like, you like one of my favorites. And like the only left-handed fighter I like, I was like, it was me following Zab that led me to Purnell for as far as the defense. You know, Purnell's cold to defense, but
Yes, sir.
southpaw like a well-rounded, solid southpaw. It was Zab Judah, bro. Like I was watching him in high school. Like I never thought in a million years we'd be friends. Like his kids call me uncle. I call his kids nephew. It's
That's
crazy, bro.
beautiful.
Yeah. So yeah, he number 4 for sure. Zab.
Okay, shout out to
And
that.
then number 5 is Andre Ward.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. He retired undefeated too, but he don't brag about his record. Man, that dude is just a winner. He like reminds me of like Bernard Hopkins. He knows how to win. He's not flashy or nothing like that. He don't even do nothing like really special. He knows how to adapt and he knows how to win. And like Andre Ward, like real talk, nobody's beat him in a competition fight since he was 13. He was 13 years old the last time he lost a fight, and that was
Mm.
when he was an amateur.
Okay,
And
I didn't know his record. I knew he was good, but I didn't know his record. Okay.
yeah, bro, undefeated. He retired 32-0, bro. 32
And
and
wait,
0.
this is the one who beat up Creed in the movie.
Yeah, Andre
Okay.
Ward.
Yeah,
Andre Ward.
yeah. Hey, because my sister watches, she loves Creed. Nah, but that's the one who beat up your boy, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. Andre Ward, man, he from Oakland, California, bro. He ain't
Okay,
lost. He
okay.
ain't lost the competition fight since he was 13 years old. And then the amateurs is different from the pros. And the amateurs, you fight whoever show up.
Mm.
Like ain't no picking and choosing in the amateurs. Like they show up, you gonna fight. Y'all the same way, you gonna fight. Period. So it's like, yeah, bro. Like for him to do that, and he went to the Olympics. He won a gold medal. I think he won 2 gold medals if I'm not mistaken. But he's good, bro. I was like, you got to be good to do that. That's not easy. Fighting on the national level as an amateur because you fight whoever shows up.
Yes, sir.
It ain't like the
Okay.
pros.
All right, now I'm excited. Now I gotta go study some Andre Ward fights. Now you put me. I gotta go study him. My sister said the hitman, and she said, yeah, she knows. He took Creed's keys. That's exactly. He beat
Yep.
Creed up.
Yep.
Rakente said Sweet Pea was his guy. And what you think about? He said, what do you think about Gerald McKellar?
Oh, G-Man. Talking about G-Man. Oh man, G-Man was that dude. So I like I like I like G-Man, but what led me to him is when he beat up my boy the Hawk, Julian Jackson.
Okay.
Oh man, he told Julian up. They both knockout artists though. But G-Man got to him first.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I just hate that he got injured. Well, I mean, he sustained a medical injury that like kind of took him out. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of people forgot about him. But
Yes,
like
sir.
real
Okay.
real real hardcore boxing fans remember him though.
Apparently, Brother Kente. All right, but I wanted to ask you about music coming out.
Uh,
Right. So, speaking of Creed, well, me, I always tell my sister, Rocky is like top. Like this is like I watch Rocky 1 through 4 any day of the week. It is what it is.
right.
Anytime it motivates me. So it's like it's not like rap or it's more just the rock. It's more Eye of the Tiger. It's just motivational. Then Creed come out. Then you got Meek Mill. Then you got IK. You got like this music that comes out and it's
Yeah.
like the best. Mike Tyson coming out to Tupac. You know what I'm saying? You already know what time it is. But them saying a lot of walkabouts going crazy.
Yeah.
Walking out. But what type of music? Chris Nassim, he would put on the big shows and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
what type of music do you come out to, and how do you pick which music you come out to?
Man, I come out to the same. Well, I switched the song up one time. This the only competition fight my mama came to was my second professional boxing match. I came out to West Side Story by Game, but
Okay, okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But all my fights, I come out to ambitious as a rider like Mike Tyson. Like when I made my debut, bro, word Muslim word is about to lie. You go on my Instagram page, right? I had the fruit, the whole Moss 27 and 54 walk me out to the ring.
Wow.
And I
Beautiful.
when my debut, it was like, I won't deny it. I'm a straight rider. And the promoter at the fighters meeting that day, they were scared to kick the FOI out because like it was like if you're not a fighter, you're not a coach, you got to leave and does like it was a big dude. He was walking, kicking people out. He turned around and seen about it was like because I sold all my tickets, 80, 50 tickets. I sold all my tickets. I sold all 50 of my tickets, and then even some brothers paid at the door. So he looked because we had just did a prayer. So I had 15 brothers in Class A standing around me, right? Then you have another 10 brothers in Class A, like by the exits and shit. So he looked like where we was at in our section though. He's like, okay, everybody else, y'all gotta go. They say nothing to the fruit. They standing there shooting bow ties like, man, I wish you would. Like,
Praise be to God.
you know, my
Beautiful.
father, my father was in Class C.
Okay.
Everybody else is in Class A. It was like so when we walked out to the ring and because I had brothers waiting by the door, so when the doors opened, they walked with me, and then I had brothers walking with me through the tunnel to come out for the doors to open. So the promoter was like, "Man, this is my first time meeting you." He said, "I don't know who you are. You must be important. I'm walking with y'all, right?" The fruit of Hawaii we was deep. I was like,
Praise be to
okay. I was all right. But that's on my page, bro. I posted it as like a flashback. You see it though, the page. When I was walking out to Ambitious as a Rider, because Mike Tyson, that's what Mike Tyson used to
That's
walk
what
out
he
to.
that's what he came out, man. No socks on. You know what time it is.
Yeah,
Ready
straight
to go
like
to
that. I
work.
had black shorts on and everything. And I turned pro at welterweight. I was 147, little dude. My mom been like, I'm feeling like Tyson. And I'm
Yeah.
walking with the FOI. They got shooting bow tie on. My mom been like,
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. Okay, and brother Gregory Nelson says G-Man would have beaten anyone, including Roy Jones. Apparently, everybody's a fan of this G-Man guy. I gotta go study him. All right, gotta study G-Man.
yeah,
Yes,
G-Man.
sir.
G-Man.
Okay, so now got to put you on the hot seat.
Yes, sir.
When your next fight, whenever it happens, you know the great Muhammad Ali as well as the phenomenal Joe Frazier and all of the heavyweights from that time period had Howard Cosell. He had to go interview them before the fights, and this is Howard Cosell. We're with Muhammad, all of that. People's
Yeah.
podcast got to do an in person interview with you. You know what I'm saying? We got to make it happen
Yes,
in
sir.
the ring. We got to before the fight, leading up to it.
Yes, sir.
Uh, we
Yes,
got to
sir.
do an in person interview live. Got to be at the boxing ring behind the scenes, seeing who go at it, and so
Yes,
man,
sir.
can we make that happen?
Yes, sir. So it's you in Atlanta, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, I got family out there, man. One of my
Okay.
good friends, he lives in Atlanta. My auntie, she moved out there a year ago. I don't think she lives in the city though. She told me she lives somewhere, but she said it's like real country. I was like, oh okay,
That could be anywhere in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? That could be anywhere.
right. Because I went out to Atlanta in 2021. I remember I went to Conyers.
Yes, sir.
I went to Buckhead, and there's another place I went to. I went to is it College Park?
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah, I went to a Waffle House. It was a lady there. She had like three gold teeth in her mouth. I was so fascinated. I was like, yo, word. I was like, man, let me call you auntie. She was like, you ghetto. She was country as hell. And I was like, nah, you ghetto. She like, you ghetto. What you talking about? Like she's country as hell. I was like, hold up. Let me FaceTime my brother right quick. Look who I'm with. He like, who the hell is that lady? I was like, this auntie. I was like, I was having a ball, bro.
Yes, sir. Now I got a question. Someone you said 40s, neighborhood the 30s. I asked the same thing I asked people from Chicago, New York, Atlanta, major cities, Memphis, and oh my goodness, Memphis for sure.
Yeah.
You come through that.
Uh-huh.
What makes you not move away and just say, I'm out, life is good,
Uh-huh.
you
Oh,
know,
you say what makes me move away?
no, what made so you did move away. I'm like, what made people not move away? Like, why do people stay once you like as soon as I was got
Uh,
16 to 18, I'm out of there. I'm joining the army. I don't care what it is. Ain't
yeah.
no way I'm gonna be fighting Compton and just every day. Ain't no way on it. And the hills right there, Hollywood side. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
out of here. I'm telling you right now, I'm going somewhere. Like,
Yeah. And I understand. I mean, I still got family that live in the hood. Like I moved from Los Angeles to Victorville about 5 years ago, right?
okay.
So the goal me and my wife had, and then we talked about this like before we became official in a relationship. Home ownership was something we talked about, right?
Okay.
So it's 2025. We've been in our officially been homeowners for 3 years. So we closed escrow in 2022, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we came up here 2 years prior too. So we moved up here in 2019, right? So we stayed in like a condo. Then we went from the condo to closing escrow on the actual house. So that was the goal. But nah, man, hell, I'm from South Central. When I met I met her, I was 25. I was still in the hood when I met her. She lived in Carson, right?
Okay.
And so like when we got serious, I moved to Carson with her. And Carson is like maybe about 15 minutes away from South Central. It's like you got South Central, Inglewood, and Carson is closer to Compton. So you got South Central, Inglewood, then you have Compton, Carson, Long Beach. You feel me? It's like
Okay.
it's close. Like neighboring cities. You feel
Yes,
me?
sir.
And some people just got that hood mentality, man. I
Mm,
got a cousin, female cousin. She said, "My mama died in the hood, and I'm gonna die in the hood too. I'm gonna die in the 40s too."
mm,
Like hell, man. She's 49. She just turned 49 this year, and she went to Vegas for the first time in her life. She went stepped outside of California.
mm,
I'm talking about never been anywhere. I remember when I first joined the Nation of Islam, and I was so happy to be learning something new. Telling one of my homies about it. Like we was at a burger stand on 42nd Street, LA, right? I'm like, man, bro, look, this is how to eat to live shit is crazy, but you should check out Message to the Black Man because X, Y, and Z, I'm trying to, kick the spill to him. And
yeah.
he looked at me, he was like, he had his head to the side just like this. He let me talk. Hey, listen, bro, that shit is good for you. I'm glad you turned your life around. But on 40 Crib, my fate is sealed. All right, what the fuck you mean your
Mm,
fate is sealed? My fate is sealed, nigga, on Crib, nigga. I'm gang banging, nigga. He said, I'm either go to jail again or I'm gonna die here, cuz I ain't on that positive shit you on.
mm,
And then he said, he just like ended it with all due respect though, cuz it's like, all right, but you know what I'm saying, cuz that's what you doing. You feel like, Farrakhan and them bow tie niggas helped you out, cuz that's what's up, cuz. Right now, this is in 2016. Look how law works. That was in 2016. 2022, right? Bro messages me. He sent me a picture of a suit. I'm like, oh, this is clean. He said, you like it? I'm like, yeah. You selling this? He called me. He's like, why the fuck you think I'm selling the suit? Like, you ain't wearing no suit. You wearing that? He's like, hell yeah. I was like, you going to court, nigga? He said, no, I'm getting married. It's like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm getting married. I was like, oh, that's what's up. He's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna marry my baby mama, cuz. I was like, man, that's cool. He was like, yeah, you like my suit though? I was like, yeah, why you care if I like it or not? He's like, cause you be wearing suits and shit, cuz. I'm like, for real? He's like, hell yeah, cuz on Crib. I'm trying to be on my, my fly shit. I ain't trying to be no Muslim or no shit like that, but I want to make an honest woman out of my baby mama, cuz. Like,
beautiful.
he's like, something, you know what I'm saying? I see you with your girl and you got married and shit, and you know what I'm saying? You still be coming around, but like, you've been elevating, nigga. I respect it, nigga, on Crib. Like, he's like real aggressive about how he say everything. I'm like, man, that's what's up, bro. I'm like, man, I'm proud of you, bro. He's like, yeah. So when they had the wedding, we had booked the cruise. So I was gonna be gone, but when I was on the cruise using the Wi-Fi, I seen pictures of the wedding. It was tight, and he sent me the post, and I was looking at it. I was like, oh man, this is cool, And he even said, he bought a couple books to start. He wanted to level up his conversation. These like private conversations me and him had.
Mm,
So he sent me a picture of a book. It was Fall of America. And he said, somebody slid this to me up in county, talking about up in jail. And he was like, man, this shit deep, cuz. He said, So the same dude wrote that message to the Black Man book he was trying to give me a long time ago, right? I was like, yeah, same author, bro. That nigga said on Crip, I'm gonna check that shit out. I was like, that's what's up. He was like, yeah, my nigga. He was like, but keep doing your shit, bro. Like, looking at you do it, he was like, you ain't playing with it. Cause he was like, at first, I just thought, you was going through some shit but you was gonna be back on your bullshit. And he was like, and you turned Muslim. He said, you went from having big ass suits to getting your suits tailor fitted to going out the country. Then he said, then you move with your baby mama, then you turn your baby mama and your wife. And he said, you say something about getting a house, cuz. He was like, my niggas is doing good. He said, shit, maybe that Muhammad shit is working, cuz. He's like, let me try some of that positive shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what he said to me. Maybe I should try some of that positive shit. I was like, okay, that's what's up. It's the mentality. Sometimes it's like the leader say, you got to be that clean glass of water.
That's right.
And certain people, when they see themselves in you or somebody they know, they feel like, if he could change his life, I could do it because he looked like me. I still got my tattoos and all that stuff. Everything about me is very much LA. I'm very much a West Sider. You could tell, even with me being a righteous man now. You feel me? And it's like, okay, yeah, LA cat. I get that all the time, even when Nipsey passed and the Brotherhood, we held down posts over there.
Yes, sir.
There's a heavy, heavy Nation of Islam presence over there. And I was in jail with a lot of dudes that was there. And the minister was like, brothers over there pointing at you, the brothers. I looked up, like, oh, what's up? I'm like, yeah, I know them. I was in jail with him. And then, older cats that was like older gangbangers, like, shaking my hand, giving me respect. Like, man, so, I know you're a Muslim, homie, but you was a member, wasn't you? I don't know, brother. What you think? Yeah, I think so. I think so, man. But yeah. Salam alaikum, no. Brothers ain't really always say salam alaikum, no.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like for sure, it's a mentality thing, man. That's what I believe. And the media, even social media, exaggerates like the reality of the ghetto. So I met people from Chicago. They like every hood got their own politics, but
Yes, sir.
it don't be like how the media exaggerates it. You feel me? And
Okay.
it's like, of course it's killing, it's gang banging and all that stuff. And we always talk about the negative stuff, but being a Muslim, we taught to settle on the best parts. Man, come on, man. I had like some of the best times of my life growing up in the ghetto. The ice cream truck, the candy house,
Okay. Okay.
the corn lady,
Yes, sir.
water fights, freeze tag, hide and go get it.
Okay. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Ding dong ditch.
Ding
You
dong
know,
ditch for sure.
you know what I'm saying? And some of the most brightest brothers with high intellects is in the ghetto. You know what I mean? Some of our most brightest, intelligent soldiers is in the ghetto. Why you think they come to the ghetto for culture? These Caucasians be stealing everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Going to the ghetto. What's the new dance? What are they doing down there?
Yes,
They
sir.
take it.
Yes, sir.
They take it and repackage our shit. Like, come on, man. It's in the ghetto. It ain't all bad. You feel me? It's culture. That's our culture. So I don't even look at it like that. And I look at it like that with every ghetto. It's just my thing now. I'm a husband. I'm a father. So for me, it's all about elevating. But I do through my nonprofit, we do giveaways. So I go back to the city, but I go downtown to the homeless community and give out clothes and essentials every 3 months.
It'd be so loud. Beautiful. Beautiful.
And so just being that example, showing homies like, you can still keep it real, but elevate. Like, don't, you know what I mean? And if you're going to be in the community, be trying to improve it. Like, what Nip did. You feel me? But got to move accordingly. Because I feel like, our brother should have been more protected. But
That's
hell,
what I was about to say. I was about to say, but then he died. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang.
yeah, he should. I feel like he should have been more protected. But if you're gonna be in the community, do your part to make it better. You know what I'm saying? I say, shit, he's still running with the baton on that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hell,
sir.
he brought the whole parking lot where they was hustling out of. Like, imagine getting ran off that property and
Yes,
then
sir.
coming back and buying it. He didn't just own the Marathon store; they owned the burger spot on the corner. Like every business in that little strip, they owned it, bro. That's
Beautiful.
their that's their shit. Him and his brother, that's theirs, bro. So I'm like, man, that's what's up. But other than that, like you can still be effective and help your community. You don't gotta live around there because you know how it is, man. You know how
Yes, sir.
our people is. You know why he got that. Who the fuck? Who he think he is?
Exactly. Exactly.
I went to school. You know how envy is, bro. You can't be right there. You can still be effective, but you don't gotta live there. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
And to me, you know, every ghetto got their own politics, man. But I look at the ghetto the same. You feel me? Like
Mm.
it ain't all bad. I be hating when they be highlighting negative shit. Like, come on, man, it ain't all bad. Yeah, you know, it's Chirac. They be killing and shooting. They kill and shoot out here. Okay, so what's the politics? You know, if you wear your hat like this, they say you from such and such. Wear your hat like this. Well, nigga, don't wear your hat like that. Why the fuck would you test the streets? It's simple. I ain't about to like be scared to go there. No, I'm black. Shit. I'm the Asiatic black man. Make her her god of the universe. Wherever I set my feet, nigga, that's the hood. Give a damn about none of that. What? We going to Chicago. I go to the projects. I'm not scared of my people. What's up? You
Mm.
know what I mean? But I'm gonna respect your hood though. Cause I'm not a vice lord or a disciple or none of that. Like, nah, bro. Yeah, cause you wearing your hat that way. All right. I'll just wear it straight then. Is this cool? All right, cool. All right, bet. If that means something, we'll just take the goddamn hat off. I'm
Yeah.
not tripping. But I'm not scared of my people, bro. I'm what? Hey, I'm gonna go to that. But see, one thing I won't do, because I'll go to the hood and meet the people and all that stuff. But one thing I won't do, because I moved out of my ghetto, I would move to another ghetto.
Mm.
That's what
Mm.
I won't do. I don't move from one ghetto to move to another ghetto. Like, nah, that ain't smart. That ain't gangster. That's just stupidity. Like,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and I think these dudes be getting caught up like that because they be trying to be tough guys. You feel me?
Yes,
Like,
sir.
you know what I mean? You didn't made it off the hood. Why would you go to somebody else's hood wearing all
That's
that
what I'm
jewelry and
saying.
stuff? Like, come on, man. People was hungry. That goes for anywhere, not just California. Because dudes try to play with LA, and you see what be happening to them. Like, nah, bro, this
Every
ain't
time.
Hollywood. Yeah,
Every
don't come
time.
out here. Don't come out here and be on Melrose or be on Wilshire, like, and you don't go south of Wilshire. You talking about you in LA? Like, nah, you ain't seen the coaster yet. Like, nah, come down here. You feel me? But it's the way you move. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't go to the ghettos of Chicago, Detroit, nowhere wearing all that jewelry. Like, first of all, I'm not from here, and two, you're around a bunch of like hungry people. Common sense. And I ain't trying to be tough in nobody else's neighborhood. It's all respect. So believe me, if I'm coming to build. Like I'm trying to do something with y'all. You feel me? It ain't
That's
none of
fine.
that. Yeah, it ain't none of that. It ain't what you do, but it's how you do it. You feel me? But I'm saying I'm not scared of my people, so that shit don't scare me. Like, yeah, I'm from the ghetto. Matter of fact, when I went to Justice or Else in 2015, so I dropped some young brothers off, some young fruit off like at a hotel or something to meet they with their peoples, right? So coming back, my phone ended up dying, right? I'm trying to charge my phone, and I got it to come back on, but I didn't have no signal. I didn't know how close we was to the White House. I didn't know the White House. I didn't know that the White House was near the ghetto either. Man, I ended up in somebody project.
Mm.
It was crazy as hell. They gave me directions to get back to the freeway. I'm like, man, I'm not getting no signal on my phone. So as I'm talking, dude's like, hey, you not from out here? I'm like, where you from? From California. Like, where are you from Cali? Wait. What part of Cali though? I mean, I'm from LF South Central. I was like, bro, I'm trying to find the freeway. He's like, all right, my nigga. Hey, but you cripple blood though. I'm like, oh my God. All right, bro. I was just trying to find the freeway. I was like, all right, Crip. He's like, oh yeah, that's what's up. I got some family out there that's Crip. He chopping it up with me and shit. He tried to sell me some batteries. I didn't want. He tried to sell me DVDs. Like, bro, I don't want no DVDs, no shirts. All due respect, bro, I'm just trying to get back to my hotel, bro. I don't know where the hell I'm at, and I ain't got no signal. So, bro looked at it. It was funny though. I was like, man, this dude's crazy.
Yes, sir. Okay. Well, and thank you. People showing love all around the world. And thank you for your transparency and your great storytelling. Brother Hamza, welcome salam. He says he's enjoying this episode. Shout out to your grandmother. We love and honor and respect as well. All right, this is only part one, inshallah.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
be back for many more parts with our brother Hot Handz Muhammad. Once again, how can we find you on social media?
Yes, sir. So my Instagram is I am Hot Handz underscore. So it's Hot Handz with a Z, not an S. I am Hot Handz underscore.
Yes, sir. And how did you wind up finding my page? Because that's how I found you. You like one of my posts. I was like, who's this? I was like,
Yeah.
go to your page. I'm like, man, you a boxer, bro? Come on a podcast. But like, how did you wind up finding my page?
Through brother and me, you know what I mean?
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yes, sir. Of course.
Yeah, yeah. If I ain't brother, yeah, man, that's my bro.
Yeah,
Bro.
man. Man. Listen, we go back, man. Our families, but me and him
Yeah,
particularly,
yeah.
we grew up together.
Man, I'm
We grew
telling you,
up
man,
together, man.
I love that dude, man. He's so chill. He's so chill. He got
Yeah,
like hippie energy to me. Yeah, he like a
yeah.
Muslim hippie without the marijuana and shit. It's just cool.
Absolutely, man.
But
Absolutely, man.
he don't be tripping. And you know what I love about him though? Like we could agree to disagree and be still solid.
Man, listen. Anybody who when I first met him, like we knew each other as kids, but when I saw him as an adult, I go to LA. He got iguanas and pets and shit, all these animals and all. I'm like, Chef, I mean, this what you be? Chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
You don't be
he's
tripping.
a
You don't be
yeah,
tripping, bro.
he don't care about nothing. And NTS,
Yeah.
you talking about gang? You know, in my drill team, you know how we banging like how you are. Hey, we got
Yeah.
your bandana on your left side. We start like it's
Yeah.
war out here. And
Yeah.
he was like, ain't that serious, y'all? Like,
Yeah. They told
yeah,
me
like,
about that. They
yeah,
told me about that. I remember when I first came into the nation, they were telling me about the MTS. I was like, what's MTS? He's like, Mine's 27. I was like, oh, so y'all took the letters, right? He's like, yeah. And I paused for a minute and I was like, so who are ops? Like we so since we Muslims, so we pulling up on like the Catholic Church, we socking out crit, like what we doing? I
yeah.
remember one of them looked at me and was like, nah, bro, it ain't like that. I was like, oh, then why y'all saying it like that? If we ain't putting hands on nobody, I was still new. I was like,
Yes,
all
sir.
right, nah.
Yes, sir.
I was like, oh, okay, nah. I was like, okay, I thought we putting in work like that. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, all right. I was like, well, don't say it like that then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say my 27. I remember when I had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Wesley Muhammad,
Yes,
and
sir.
it was like so surreal to me. But the brother really liked me, man, because we was in Alabama, so I was meeting a lot of different like fruit from like different places, right? And I'm like, Muhammad Moss number 27, woo, 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 like the way I was saying it. So I came up to get my book signed, and he started smiling big. He said, "Well, he's like, I knew you from the West Coast, brother." I was like, "Yeah, why you say that?" He's like, "Yeah, you saying the Moss like a gang, brother." I was like, "Oh, I'm just letting him be known, where I'm from." He said, "That's right, brother. That's right." He signed my book. I took a couple pictures with him. I was like, "Damn, bro, I've been watching your videos since before I even thought about joining the nation." I was like, "Man, I appreciate the work you're doing."
Praise be to Allah. Beautiful. And on that positive note, this is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off for the People's Podcast. Thank you, brother Hot Handz, and thank you everybody who's watching. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.